two of the greatest films I've seen in the last few days has been Logan and the Joker. Both are comic book films, but both, I'd say, transcend the genre and are not just what I believe to be some of the best comic book films ever, but two of the best films ever. I'm talking, once again, about Joker and Logan. So, which one do I think is better? So I think before we kind of go through the overall question, the overall idea of which film is better, let's go topic by topic, because I think there's some aspects that Joker do better, and there's some aspects that Logan do better. So let's go with topic number one, the characters. It's kind of unfair in some ways to kind of look at the characters, because on the one hand, I would contend Joker portrayed in this film, in Joker the character in this film is better than how Logan was in this film. But at the same time, you have more development with Logan. And so I think the tricky thing is, Logan plays off 17 years of development with the character. Joker is just a character study throughout a 2-hour film. So I think it's almost unfair to say, and it's not fair for the Joker, and this is not a diss to the Joker, but I'm just more invested in the Logan character because, like I said, you saw him grow and change through 17 years. Joker, you see him grow and change magnificently, but nonetheless through a 2-hour period. But let me reemphasize, Joker's transformation in this film, and Joaquin Phoenix's performance, is better than Hugh Jackman's performance in Logan in this film. But I will say, as kind of that character, and this is unfair, this is no diss to Joker, I will say that we do get 17 plus years of history and backstory with the Logan character that I always loved. So my issue comes down to where I kind of have in my mind which one I do enjoy more. It is not an easy choice. But I will say, on a character level, just Logan. What's hard is when I look at the Logan character versus the Joker character portrayed in Logan. Joker's portrayed a lot better. Joker is probably, I love this Joker version more than I love this Logan version, but I will say I love the Logan character more. Now as for Charles, we'll do round 2 of characters. Charles, and then Murray. Obviously Charles. And I think the thing is about this film is it's really Joker, which is why I love this film, but why I think in many ways on the character level overall, Logan's better, because not only do you have Logan that we've been invested in for 17 years, you also have Charles that you've been invested in for 17 years, and then this new Laura character. But the thing is about Joker is, on a character level, because this film is solely really about the Joker, I could care less about the other characters. But because this film, it does, this Joker character so damn well, it is easy for me to say, on a character level, Joker is the better character. But I feel like you can't. He's a better character, but I feel like you care more about Logan, the character. And obviously Charles is in there too. So on a character level, I'd give this one a draw, because there's aspects about both these characters though. So you can't really, I feel like for me, I can't really decide which is better film on character. So let's go story. Logan's interesting because I think the story in Logan is pretty generic. But again, both these films have kind of unique stories, but also very simple stories. Where I think the stories are not really any of these films' real pluses. It's the character development. So on a character development level, so now we're not looking at character development in this film. We're looking on the level of story. For the story, I think Logan's is kind of just like, the story is very much a plot device, but that's not a plot device in Joker, where the story and character development are two of the same. The story is what happens when you have a mentally ill person in a society that does not treat him with respect, and as a result, bad things happen to him again and again and again, and a guy who has good intentions, how a society who doesn't treat his kind and people like him will put him down a dark path that'll lead to him becoming the Joker. So it's kind of a guy who gets bullied, pushed down, walked over, turned to madness. Logan is a group of guys chasing a girl who he has to protect. Where I think it's very much a more cliche story, but the story's not its strength. It's what the story does to the character. Where I say in Logan, it is a plot device. The plot device to get these interactions, to get the story moving, and how the story, which I'll admit is pretty cliche, how that affects the characters. Because the character development is, I feel like, both these films' strongest suit. But the thing about Joker is the character development of Joker is in the essence the plot of the film. So I have to give on a story level 100% to Joker. So characters, it's kind of a draw, kind of a tie. But on story, I'd give it to Joker. Obviously, I think the brutality in Logan is kind of what the tricky thing is. It's a draw on this character, this film, but I will say overall in the character department, Logan is better. So character, Logan's better for the most part, and in story, Joker's better. So I think another thing we have to look at is in, I'd say, many ways. Obviously, I think the problem is Joker's not is kind of the performance. The performance, Joker outclasses everybody. But it is tricky because Charles, played by Patrick Stewart, was great. Seeing like an archaic, just old man in his final hours. I love Charles's final scene. But come on, I might contend that Joaquin Phoenix's Joker is at this point the best performance probably I've ever seen in my life. Oh my god, brilliant! So I have to give it up for Joker. But at the same time, an aspect that Joker doesn't have, that Logan has. But this is not a diss to Joker because this is not the film. I'm talking about action. But Joker's not an action film. Keep that in mind. But I guess you have to remember, on an action level, Logan wins in that department, really. So yeah. And I think I've come to this conclusion that by a small margin as in it depends on the day, I'd give the edge as an overall film. I'd say Joker is better than Logan. But on a small margin. You can ask me, today, going into this video, I'm likely Logan's better film. But then as I'm making the video, I'm like, no, Joker's the better film. Logan's the better film. I will give the small edge right now to Joker. Why is the small edge to Joker? I just think the dialogue is great too. The screenwriting, the score, it just. So I'm gonna give the edge to Joker, but it's a really close thing because the score, Joker's better. I honestly think the screenplay and the dialogue and all that stuff, Joker's better. I think the message in Joker is great. However, I do think the character development in Logan is not better in this particular film, but you do have 17 years of what's it called? 17 years of backstory and history with this character. So in many ways, I gotta give the character, and I love X-Men, I love the brutality and just seeing the Wolverine and Logan. So I feel like that kind of department, Logan's better. But I think overall, I think Joker's a tad bit better. Where it's brutality and seeing Wolverine in action. Better than a lot of parts of Joker. The characters overall in Logan are better. But Joker v. Logan in these characters, oh, Joker's better. This Joker is Arthur Fleck is great. I think the locations in Logan, I think Gotham's great, and it's just a great location. But I think I like the Western motif of Logan. But yet Joker, like I said, I love the performance is outstanding. The character of the Joker is outstanding. The tragedy in the film is crazy. And I think the thing about Joker is it feels in some ways satisfying. Where it's satisfying, not in a... It's hard to say it's satisfying, but it's kind of like this idea of you get what you deserve. But from the villain's perspective. Where I'm not happy what he's doing, but I am happy in a sense that it brings him happiness. But it doesn't change the fact that what he's doing is wrong. We've discussed that in my Logan, or my Joker review. Now, but at the same time, Logan is brutal. Logan's crazy, and I love seeing Logan at just such a dark state. So it's just so ingrained in this idea that they're so similar but so different. I feel like a character study. In many ways, they're both almost a character study. They're both stories have to pertain to the characters. The acting, both films, outstanding. The screenplay in both films, outstanding. They both got nominated for screenplay. Score. I'll be honest. The score on Joker is outstanding. I love the soundtrack in Joker is amazing. The costume and the makeup, obviously Joker, but at the same time the brutality of Logan is seeing like the Wolverine. Great stuff. So it's very hard for me to pick a better film. But right now, for me, I'd give the slight, and ever so slight, edge to Joker. Stay tuned for videos coming at you.